And then, when you're saying like what was happening in America at that time, 87, like that's Reagan. Like
Hmm.
that's Reaganomics, trickle down economy. This was a point where, I was a I was a child at this time, but I really feel like even in my own household, there was a feeling like there was this growing divide between the haves and the have-nots,
Hmm.
right? And in many ways, what you're watching in this film is like that transition from, the older economy that was more industrial to more of the modern economy now, which seems like it's much more based on like ownership and trading and stocks and technology and things that aren't necessarily clearly built by many people in a factory sort of system. And the Fox family, Bud and his father Carl and their wife slash mother, are just thrust into the middle of this. And from the very beginning, I mean, you see Bud Fox's character played by Charlie Sheen as just this guy who's like trying to sort of come up. You know what I mean? Like he's from humble beginnings, but his real goal is to one day be a player.
That's funny. You should mention that too. Um, I think this movie is capsulized by those three characters, and they all represent something on the spectrum. So
Mhm.
at the polar opposite ends are both of the elder statesmen. Michael Douglas's character of Gordon Gekko, and then Martin Sheen's character of Carl Fox. The etymology of the names are very direct. First, there's the animal predatory aspect of
About
them.
that, yeah, right. Fox and Gecko.
Sly as a fox, and then the gecko. And we're not talking about Geico, the gecko being of a lizard origin, and hence the snake, biblical, tantalizing, etc., etc. But then we
Mhm.
want to go into like their first name. So Carl, for example, it's a Germanic name, and it means freeman. So now we're talking about who's really free and who isn't, who's a slave
Mm.
of certain systems, et cetera, et cetera. And then you got Bud, buddy, pal, friend, and he's in the middle of these two men being pulled in different directions emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually.